first graders, Mrs. Tyson here again. Just wanted to say how excited I am to start this learning week with you. Today is Monday and we're going to get started. Yay! So our focus for today is RI 3-7. What that means is use the illustrations, so the pictures in the story, and details, the words in the story, in a text to describe its key idea. So what that means is we're going to use the photographs, because it's informational text, and the details, the words, to look at the key idea. The key idea is kind of like the main idea or main topic. So what are we looking at, or what is our text mostly about today? Okay? All right, awesome. All right, so some things to keep in mind or some things to remember while we read. So we're gonna set a purpose for our reading today. Illustrations play a large role in how we understand what we are reading. So we're going to be detectives today, and I made my magnifying glass, and we're going to look for clues in the pictures. Doesn't that sound fun? Yeah, so we're gonna look for clues in the pictures today. Here's my magnifying glass, and I put the word clues to help us remember that we're gonna be detectives today, reading detectives. Another thing we look at is we will get more information about key ideas by looking at the illustrations and photographs and the words. So not only do the words, when we read, help us get more information, but the author puts photographs and illustrations to connect with the words to help us learn better about our topic. Okay, so we're gonna start in our Get Epic story. It is called Living Things. Looks like this. Don't worry if you don't have the book because I printed it out and we'll be walking through it together. Okie dokie. You say artichoke. Awesome, let's get started. So, do you remember what I said we're going to be before we get started? That's right, you're going to be a detective. We're going to go on a hunt with our magnifying glass. That means you're going to put your reading eyes on. Can you put your reading eyes on with me? Yay! And we're going to hunt through this story today. We're going to look at the pictures and the words. So our key idea is living things. Can you say living things with me? Living things, good. On the first page of the Living Things story, and this will all be in Canvas, remember? It says living or non-living. So let's look at the words first before we look at the picture. People, plants, and animals are all living things. All living things need food, water, and air to live. So look at the picture now. Let's be detectives. I see people, students, children, a doggy, which is an animal, and I see flowers, which are plants. So the picture tells me examples of living things. But the words tell me something very important. It tells me that all of these things need food, water, and air to live. For example, if you have a pet at home, like a doggy, do you have a pet at home? You do? Awesome. I don't have a pet, but I wish I had a dog. So let's talk about this dog for a second. You have to feed him food. You have to give your dog water. And you have to give him air to live, right? Awesome. So let's look at my T chart. So as we're reading today, we're going to be writing down ideas that we learned from the words and the pictures, the photographs. So all living things need food, water, and air to live, which we talked about. And in the photograph, I saw people, animals, and plants. So that tells me those are examples of living things. Okay? All right, so let's look at the next page. It is called Animal Life. and I skipped some pages because remember I only have 10 minutes with you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip around to some pages, but these are the most important pages for the key idea. So let's look at the next page. It's page 10 and 11. It's called Animal Life. Let's look at the pictures first this time. Can you be a detective and look at the pictures? You are such a good detective. So in this picture, I see mammals, insects, fish, birds, reptiles, and amphibians. Do you know what those are called? Those are all animals, you're right, but these are called animal groups. So let's read the words and see if we can't find more information that the story or the text will give us using the words. An animal is any living thing that can breathe and move around. Humans, butterflies, and snakes are all animals. We put animals in groups. Didn't we say that the picture told us about animal groups? We did. So kiss your brain. Good. So we put animals in groups. That's what the picture or the illustration or the photograph is showing us. But something else I learned from the words are animal is any living thing that can breathe and move around. The picture or the photographs don't tell me that. The words help me learn that animal is any living thing that can breathe and move around. So that's something that I learned about animals. Let's write that down. Good. So the words tell me an animal is any living thing that can breathe and move around. And the photographs tell me about the animal groups. Different animals are in different groups. I'm thinking you're getting this. You're being a good detective. Okay, so the next page I want to look at is page 18 and 19. Now remember, plants were also living things. So let's look at the picture first. What is this a picture of? You're right, it's plants. And it actually has the plant parts, a leaf, the roots, and the stem. This is soil, and this is the sun. So that picture shows me plant parts. Now let's read the words, and I want you to be a detective, and I want you to tell me what the words tell you or give you information about that the picture doesn't. You ready? Leaves absorb sunlight and help the plant make food. The stem holds up the plant. Roots take in water from the soil. So what are some things that the words told me that the picture did not, the illustration? Awesome job, boys and girls. Give yourself a silent cheer. You're getting this. So the leaves absorb sunlight. I can't tell that the leaf is absorbing the sun. I know the sun's there and the leaf's there, but I don't know what the sun's doing for the leaf in the picture, right? And help the plant make food. So I don't know that this plant is making food, but the words told me that. Awesome. So let's talk about what we just saw. So we just saw the leaves absorb sunlight and help the plant make food in the words. The photographs told me I see the plant in its special parts. So the words and the photographs work together to tell me that. All right, let's look at our last page. It's the life cycle page. And you're going to still be detectives. It's page 24 and 25. This is called life cycles. Let's look at the words first. All living things have a life cycle. They grow, become adults, and create new life. This cycle begins again. So all living things grow and become adults. Those are two things I got from the words, right? Now let's look at the picture. What do you see in the photograph? Good job, boys and girls. So you see a baby, a toddler, a little girl, a teenager, and an adult with another baby. So this shows me a human life cycle. But remember, plants and animals are living things too. So the words tell me that there's a life cycle, right? And all living things have a life cycle. But the picture shows me an example of a human life cycle. Yay, good job. So let's talk about what we just discussed. So the words, all living things have a life cycle and grow. And the photographs, what did you see there? That's right, you saw a baby, a little girl, and an adult. So knowing all that information, the words and the photographs, you have to be a good reader and detective. Here's my magnifying glass. And you have to think about, boys and girls, when you read the words and the pictures. So before I go, I want you to find a person at home and I want you to tell them one thing you learned about living things from the pictures and one thing you learned about living things from the words. Okie dokie? Artichoke. So that's your assignment after you watch the video today. I hope you have an awesome day and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye for now.